I want to start off the comment section with one basic comment. Fucking Baltimore Orioles? Pete Alonso goes to the Orioles? Nobody goes to fucking Baltimore on purpose. Unless you are driving through Baltimore to get to DC. That's not a slap in the face to New York and all New York franchises. I don't know what is. Oh, I know it is. It's the New York Football fucking Giants. That is about as slap in the face as you can get. Hello, Giant fan. Oh, there you go, motherfucker. You want to have a winning season? Not this year. You wanna be something? No. Sit your 2-ass wins down. Well, we get into come off the bye week. And we always say you can never lose in the bye week. Should we draft a quarterback with? I'm going to go with Drago's barn real quick, right off the front, right off the top. I got to get into Mike Kafka in one of the most. I've sat in team meetings, not only in the NFL, but of course in college, and there is passion in team meetings that you can't fake. There is circumstances in team meetings that you are very authentic about. I watched this team meeting. I don't know if they watched this team meeting on Hard Knocks. I wonder if everyone saw it the other night. I watched this team meeting and I cringed. It's like Mike Kafka, Squints, is trying to be this perennial tough guy. He's dropping the F-bomb like a sailor on South Street during Fleet Week in Philadelphia. And it's just so disingenuous. It's just like, I'm going to get into your question first, but I got to play this because I just got to play this.
Hey guys, we lost as a team. All three phases, we lost as a fucking team. But we're going to fucking win as a team too. And that's going to be coming after the bye. Right? The reality is we have 4 fucking opportunities.
I love it because there is a scene in Ted Lasso, and I actually did watch Ted Lasso, where Roy Kent is teaching his one player and he's using the F word over and over again. But that's just who Roy Kent was. And he looks at the coach and goes, "Too many fucks?" And he goes, "No." But hearing it from Mike Kafka and seeing Mike Kafka do it, I cringe. I literally fucking cringe. I could say the F word. I could say fuck all day long.
That's what she said.
But that's me. That's what I say. Anyone that knows me and knows my personality, and people that don't know me and know my personality, know I curse. I come from a family of Marines. I sports junkie in regards to being an athlete as well. That's just what you do. You just fucking curse. Like there's no tomorrow. James, we already said Baltimore Orioles. But let's just keep listening to Kafka because it makes you fucking cringe.
Left with just this group right here. Like everybody look at each other. We got 4 ops together, man.
I love when you tell people to look at each other and nobody looks at each other.
4 fucking opportunities. Like I promise you, I'm going to give you everything I got to go 4-0 1 week at a time. We're going down swinging. Aggressive. I fucking love this team. The results haven't been where we're at and what we want. I fucking love this team. I promise you we're going to get to where we want to go. Recharges bye week or come back and go fucking dominate.
Dexter Lawrence is looking at him like, "Squints, man, are you fucking all right? Did you pop a gummy? Were you hanging out in the parking lot with Tim?"
And if you ain't about that fucking life, get the fuck out. You guys feel me on that? That's where I want to be with this group. All right? Let's break this bitch out. JMS. Ready.
Let's break this bitch out. Oh, it's the moniker of a tough guy. Let's break this bitch out, assholes. Oh, dear Lord, we are fucking doomed. We are fucking doomed. I can't, every time I think you can't get worse. We just go down the rabbit hole. No. What's up? What's up, Hirsch? Hey, Hirsch, for real. What's going on? What? It's literally like we fucking took Alice and threw her down the goddamn rabbit hole and said, bitch, go down there. That's what is going on with this team. You just can't think it gets worse any more moments of the day. Squints, man. If I'm sitting at 1, and like I said, I don't know how the order of quarterbacks is going to break down yet. I don't know, because it's way too freaking early. It's way too early. But if I'm sitting at 1, and if I'm sitting at 1 overall, and I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at the quarterbacks in the draft, and I'm seeing the quarterbacks on my team, and I'm seeing Jackson Dart, I'm almost thinking I'm pulling a Josh Rosen. I really do. I almost feel like I'm pulling a Josh Rosen. I'm looking at this going, how do you pass up Fernando Mendoza, Dante Moore, or Ty Simpson for Jackson Dart? How? And Ty Simpson to me is probably going to be late in the first round, but how can you pass up one of these guys? Have arguably so much more talent coming out of school than Jackson Dart ever did. We've talked about this. Colorado loses Shedeur Sanders, goes into the transfer portal, finds a veteran. It's funny we're calling him a veteran quarterback. Finds a quarterback, still head coach, everything else. Colorado gets worse. Lane Kiffin's at Ole Miss brings in another quarterback over Jackson Dart, of course, and somehow Ole Miss improves by 2 games and is in the playoffs? Playoffs? How is that possible? Because it's a system. Lane Kiffin, going back to Matt Barkley, Matt Golden Corral, every other quarterback he has that has not succeeded in the NFL, it's a system. And we're noticing, and a lot of people don't notice it because we talked about it, they don't notice that Jackson Dart doesn't throw between -2 and 8 yards. And when he does, he's throwing at 70% clip. But as soon as he goes over that 10-yard mark, he drops down to 23% completion percentage. You cannot pass up on a 6'5", 225-pound quarterback who is athletic, who can extend plays, who can run, who has arm strength that I have not seen before, like I said, since Jeff George, I'm not saying Jackson Dart's not smart, but this kid is intelligent. This kid was offered scholarships to Yale. He's accurate. He can throw deep. His vertical shots are like it's nothing. He runs a pro system, and he can make every single. I always said he can make all the throws on Sunday. I still like the Mr. Authentic. Couldn't figure out that fucking phrase. How do you pass on a kid that he processes plays? He processes plays that if you watch him at the line of scrimmage, like Peyton Manning did at Tennessee. He understands timing. He understands spacing. He understands leverage. He gets it all. He goes through his reads like nothing we have seen in college in years. He beat some of the top teams in college on an Indiana squad. When's the last time we heard anything about Indiana University? Oh, when Bobby Knight was there. Who's fucking texting me? I'm working. It's Squints. Let me find my phone. It's in my pocket. We're going to have a guest on. Not today, but we're going to have a guest on. And we're confirming this guest. Oh, I forgot. FanDuel. This show is brought to you by, of course, the mighty FanDuel, FanDuel.com. Go to FanDuel.com. Right now, the Giants, I believe, are 2.5-point favorites over the New York Football Giants. FanDuel.com, #1 sports book in the land. That's FanDuel.com. Don't forget to bet responsibly at FanDuel.com. I love FanDuel. I got the app. I got it all. I like the casino games. I like the fantasy. I like the racing. I like the fantasy. I like the FanDuel TV that they have. That's always fun for me. Explore NFL. Of course, new customers bet $5, get $150 in bonus bets if you win. Just go there, download the app, join the sportsbook. Let's go to the sportsbook. We're going to do some more parlays like we did on Sunday. Let's see here. Where are the Giants? The Giants. Oh, the Giants are 2.5 home point favorites against the Marcus Mariota and the Washington Commanders. I'd probably take the Commanders in the points. Bad. Is that bad that I would take the Commanders in the points? Let's see here. Yep. FanDuel.com, number one sports book in the land. Go to FanDuel. I love FanDuel. You love FanDuel. We all love FanDuel. I'm going to say it one more time just in case you didn't hear it from the cheap seats. FanDuel. That's FanDuel.com, number one sports book in America. Don't forget to bet responsibly. I like to throw that PSA in. Herschel says, Tim, only chance we have of drafting Mendoza is if they fire Shane and bring in a new GM who wants him. Oh, I know. I don't think you're getting a first rounder for Dart. I know that. I understand that. I get that 100%. The only way we can get draft Mendoza is if we fire Shane and a new general manager comes in. I don't know though. I think I might have to keep this head coach because he's got me fired up.
Hey guys, we lost as a team. All three phases, we lost as a fucking team. But we're gonna fucking win as a team too. And that's gonna be coming after the bottom. Right? The reality is we have 4 fucking opportunities left with just this group right here. Like everybody look at each other.
I just love the fact that nobody looks at each other. I'm watching the fucking video like everyone's okay, everyone just look at each other. No, man, like turn your heads to left and right. Look at each other. That's literally what we're getting. That's literally what we're getting. Oh my God. Great balls of fire. Hey, I heard there's a new Nick channel out. Oh, really, Tim? Where did you hear this? Oh, I don't know. I heard it somewhere great. It's called Nick's Unleashed. Whoa, that sounds fucking awesome. I'm going to go watch it. Hers for real. We got Strider saying, what's up? Richard said, this better not be your last season covering the Giants. It is my last season covering the Giants. This is it. Knock, knock. Who's there? Not me, because I'm fucking out of here. Strider says, I can't believe Edwin Diaz signed with the Dodgers. I can understand Edwin Diaz signing with the Dodgers. I can't understand Pete Alonso going to Baltimore. Like I said this before, listen. I love DC. I love Georgetown, M Street. Love it all. And I will tell you this, as someone that used to drive from Jersey to DC all the time, you just drive through Baltimore to get there. That's what Baltimore is. You have the flyover states. Baltimore, to me, is the drive-through state as fast as you fucking can. James Stein says, well, the Mets are toast. Yeah, we are. Yes, we are. Todd says, yeah, too many fucks is no fucking fun. Let's listen. Let's the fuck listen to this fucking shit again.
We got 4 ops together, man. 4 fucking opportunities. Like I promise you, I'm going to give you everything I got to go 4-0, 1 week at a time. We're going down swinging, aggressive.
If he is truly Hispanic, and his parents are truly Puerto Rican, or his mother's truly Puerto Rican on his side of his family, he's in a lot of fucking trouble. There is a sandal going to come flying from somewhere to knock him in the fucking head for being an asshole.
I fucking love this team. The results haven't been where we're at and what we want. I fucking love this team. I promise you we're going to get to where we want to go. Recharge.
Dexter Lawrence's face. Oh, hold on a minute. I gotta take a screenshot. Hold on. We are gonna go into the annals of all of our modern technology that we do here and all the fun stuff that we do here. I'm going to take this. I'm going to send this because I gotta show Dexter Lawrence's face. Literally sums up everything Mike Kafka's saying. I think I want to play the whole Mike Kafka thing just by looking at Dex. I didn't even know. I forgot all about Hard Knocks. Hold on. But Dexter Lawrence's face is what I would like to refer to as classic, because you look at it and you're like, oh dear Lord, you literally, you've been the head coach for how many weeks now, and you've already lost the locker room. Hold on, guys. This is called the professionalism that people don't understand about this show. We are beyond professional here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, what's that? New York Knicks Unleashed? The Grip Behind the Garden, the greatest podcast. It's New York Knicks podcast. It's out there now. I can't believe that just popped up. But let's get to where I can find a picture that I can get rid of. Let's get rid of this picture right here. Let's delete this one, and let's put up Dexter. Let's put up. We're gonna do that. We're gonna do this professionally, because that's what we are here. We're consummate professionals on this show, and we are going to go. We are. I'm gonna go back a little. Hold on. We're gonna go back a little.
Like, everybody look at each other. We got 4 ops together, man. 4 fucking opportunities. Like, I promise you, I'm going to give you everything I got to go 4-0, 1 week at a time. We're going down swinging, aggressive.
Dexter Lawrence is looking at him like, this is a joke, right? There's a hidden camera somewhere around here, right? There's a hidden camera, because this can't be real. This can't be my head coach, because I know it can't be. Oh, dear Lord. Baltimore Orioles. Yes, we all know. I can't believe Pete went to the O's. I can't believe that either. Like I said, Dart's going to sign with the New York Blue Jays. I told you, we've already shown Jackson Dart has redecorated his entire apartment. Here we go. There's Jackson Dart's new apartment. He wanted to feel more at home. So there he goes. That we we took that picture at great peril. leaned all the way over so I could take a picture inside the tent. No wonder I always get in trouble. Used to work with a guy with a 10-word vocabulary. 8 of those words were a variation of fuck. Yeah, but I bet it was natural. This guy's not natural. Zero from the future says, are there any good quarterback prospects in this draft outside of that one? Yes. You can literally go with Dante Moore at Oregon, Tyler Simpson out of Alabama. I don't know if Lenora Sellers out of South Carolina. He may be coming back. I think he might be going back to school. I like the kid out of Oklahoma. Potential picks in the secondary are still going to be people like Carson Beck and Drew Waller out of Penn State. I like the kid out of Cincinnati, but I don't know what the type of decision that he's going to make. I like the kid out of USC, but I think he's going to have to decide whether he's going to come back to school or not. So there's a lot of guys. Let's see here. Richard says, if you quit, I'm going to have to listen to Bobby Skinner. Please don't make me do that. You don't have to listen to Bobby Skinner. You can go listen to Young Ryan of Ryan's Big Blue Podcast. My protege, my Padawan. And don't worry, my Padawan's not going to go fucking nuts and start killing sand people or other Padawans. We got the Hirsch Squint. Strider says, I love it when Giant fans call Dart the GOAT. The only GOAT about Dart is the concussions ×4. Yeah, how do you go into the tent for a concussion 4 straight weeks that you play? I mean, that's not that's probably not what I would look at and say, you know what, that's what I want my quarterback to be. What do we got here? Todd says, our season was over 2 months ago. Now let's play ball. I did find that hilarious. That this is the most important 4 games of your life. Because when you come back next year, we'll only have 17 more games. But right now, these are the most important games of your life. That works in college. Kafka, I'm going to give you a little hint. The shit that you're saying works in college. Why? Because a lot of these kids in college, this is it for them. I always knew I was never going to go pro. I always knew that. There was no thought in my mind that I was ever going to go play in the NFL. So when college ended, it ended. And that kind of rah-rah, we got 4 games left. That works in college, but not in the pros. We got 4 weeks. Pray into my Tim Shrine that Joe Schoen's gone by the division round. Listen, if he is truly Joe Schoen, if he is truly starting to build a list of potential head coaches, he's not going anywhere. Because how stupid would the Giants look if they come out and say, Joe Schoen's our guy, he started the process of looking at head coaches, and then turn around and fire him? How much more dumb would they look? And that's going to be, I think, our new game. How much dumber can the Giants be? But you can't. Watch the Giants win and ruin the draft pick. I actually hope they do win so we don't get stuck having to look at fucking Fernando Mendoza and know we traded him away to somewhere. To know we traded one of these prospects away who could literally be a franchise-changing prospect. I haven't seen a sample size enough of Jackson Dart to tell you whether he's going to be good or not. I'm not one of these people that is omnipotent and all-knowing like all the Daniel Jones lovers. But I can tell you this, from the sample I've seen, I see a guy that looks at half the field. I see a guy that throws between -2 and 8 yards, and his completion percentage drops by like 50% when he goes above 10 yards. I see a guy that's indecisive in the pocket. He likes to scramble more and try to look like he's going for the big play when he's not really 100% reading the defense. And I see a guy like Daniel Jones that misplays in reference to seeing what's down on the field. Tim Slider says, Tim, with the number 1 pick, the Giants go get a safety. The Giants will pick it. The Giants will be like, we're gonna outsmart the entire league. We're going safety at 1. We're going against all conventional NFL wisdom where it says you don't take a safety because of positional value in the top 10, and we are taking a safety at 1. Dear Lord, for the love of God, help us if that happens. I like New York Giants. Let's see here. Yeah, we got let's see. CBS Sports have us taking Reese at Ohio State. Pro Football Focus has us trading back to 9 and selecting the wide receiver at Ohio State. We also are trading back to 7 and getting Tyson out of Arizona State. I love it out. Everything that we fucking need, we are getting a wide receiver again. Didn't we just draft a wide receiver like 2 years ago? So now we got to go get another one? Fuck the linebackers, fuck the safeties, fuck the defensive ends, the true defensive ends we need. We do need a running back. We need a tight end, but fuck all that shit. Let's see here. Tim, also, if we win against Commanders, we move down, right? Lol, don't worry. That's the Giants' smarts. Tough. Here's the thing. Here's my biggest thing, Slider. The Giants are going to lose out. I have all the confidence in the world that the Giants are going to go 0-4. And you may ask me why. I'm going to tell you why. Because this is just the way the Giants have been the last 10, 15 years. They do all this stupid shit. Luck falls into their lap. Then all of a sudden, they do something stupid again. You traded up to get Jackson Dart. You could have had him in the second round. You trade because you didn't pick that far away. Gave up a third round asset and some other assets, of course. Trade up to get Jackson Dart. In one of the weakest quarterback drafts since the Kenny Pickett draft. Knowing damn well there's at least 5 guys coming out in 2026 that are probably better than the people in 2025. So you trade up and get who you deem to be the best prospect. You watch Shedeur Sanders drop to the 5th round. You could have taken Shedeur in the 2nd. You could have taken Shedeur in the 3rd. Hell, you could have grabbed Shedeur in the 4th. But you didn't, because Jackson Dart is the man for the head coach that you fired. So now, giant wisdom again, we have to, because we haven't seen this before, we have to go out and find a head coach who believes in Jackson Dart as being the starter of the future. So that's going to limit our coaching search. And we are going to ask a new head coach, and probably coaches that have some type of pedigree will say no, that to be successful, you have to work with Jackson Dart and a failed general manager in Joe Schoen. So then you do all this, the draft comes around 2026, and then you are sitting at the number one position. You're in the pole position. You are sitting at the number one position with a chance to see a franchise altering quarterback in front of you. And then you, in your infinite wisdom, are going to trade that pick to a team that is quarterback desperate, maybe like the Oakland Raiders or the Las Vegas Raiders, and probably watch that guy turn into the next Elway. That's the Giant way. And that's the way it's been for 14 years. Todd says, I would love our new GM doing it. If Dart is so good, he'll win the job. If not, oh well. Strider says, James, we will ruin the number one pick. That's me. We will win. No, I'm telling you, we are literally fucking going to lose. And we're going to get to the number one pick, and we're going to do something stupid. Don't fucking quit. I'm going to have to listen to Bobby fucking Skinner. Richard, no, you don't. You don't have to listen to Bobby Skinner. Unless you're afraid he's going to eat you. Richard, you can listen to him when he talks about the Mets and the Knicks. Lol. No, don't even do that. Go to Knicks Unleashed. Let's see. Jay says, we all know we are stuck with Dart just like we were stuck with Danny Derps for 6. And the thing is the fact that Jackson Dart came out at one point in time and said, I'm not going to change my style of play. That's just the way I play. Tough. Well, you know, it's pretty tough to sit out for a couple weeks when you're sitting in fucking concussion protocol. The game is not won in the first quarter due to a yard. Oh, you know, don't text me, people. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered. Stop texting me. What's the text message? What's the text message count today? I have been busy today. I always love it because I was on the phone for like 2 hours with James, and I was ignoring my phone. And when you ignore your phone, you get I got 311. I got 331 text messages today. That's what you get when you ignore your phone. Shane is garbage as fuck. Yep. Walter, I'm not going to say you're wrong. I don't see about them. I don't get the Mets either right now, my brother. I don't. We don't have to be just draft Mendoza. He's got the arm strength of Jess George, but better. He is. I wish he had a mullet. Jeff George, when he came out in the 90s, had the 90s mullet. I wish he had a mullet, Mendoza. But he's Cuban, so he's probably not going to have a mullet. But I think that'd be great if he had a mullet. I would love that. I would love to have our franchise quarterback have a mullet. Why not? Or the arms of a Greek god. Peyton Manning, who are you talking about? He was a volunteer. Yeah, at Tennessee. Peyton Manning was a Tennessee volunteer. You are correct. That's what I said. He beat Ohio State. He did. He also beat Penn State. He looks like an NFL. He is running an NFL system as we speak. They run a pro-style offense in Indiana. Tim, believe me, Tim, I want to drop Mendoza seriously. I don't trust Dart. I don't trust Jackson Dart. I don't trust. Okay. Here's my mindset, and I'm not trying to be sexist or racist or anything. I don't trust people that wear women's jewelry. I never played cards with a guy named after a city. And I never take a franchise quarterback who goes to the podium fixing his hair and looking like Zach from Saved by the Bell. Those are my little bugaboos in life. Alberto says Giants will trade down because they will double down on Dart. Yeah, they're going to double down. They're going to double down on stupid, which is fine by them because I'm not going to be around. Let them do whatever the hell they want to do. You want to draft Jackson Dart? Go for it. Draft the Dart. And I hope I have to come back and apologize to people as you're hitting the like button. Hope I got to come back and apologize. I hope I have to come back and make a Jackson Dart apology video. Just like everyone told me I was going to make a Daniel Jones apology video. That didn't work. Mr. Taz, the Giants still have their first round pick next year. Wait, get Joe Schoen out of the front office. Maybe try and get. Listen, I'm not even talking to you, Mr. Taz, because I don't think the Eagles are going to win another game. I think the Eagles, I know they got the Raiders next week, but I think they may. I've said this before, 9 wins takes this division. And we've had other people tell me that I was crazy to think that. Justin Pennick is a tub of lard. I don't know which one's Justin Pennick. Pennick? Yeah, Pennick. I was going to say Pennock, but Pennick. I got confused. Slider says, I love when Giant fans say Dart suffers only from 1 concussion. Realistically, one like Tim and others. No, that's bullshit, because Dart has been concussed 4 times. I will tell you this, and I have said this before, going back to high school, I've had 11 known concussions. 11 that were known. And there were probably 4 or 5 more in there that you just didn't. Because back in the day, in the late 80s and early 90s, they called it getting your bell rung. He's fine. Give him a play. He just got his bell rung. And the reason they say that, as actually I have ringing in my ears right now, is because of the fact that when you get a concussion, certain people, you have this ringing in your ears. You have, you're woozy, you're wobbly, you have this ringing in your ears, and sometimes the ringing doesn't go away. Doesn't go away for weeks. So you just kind of get used to it. So the NFL concussion protocol is a fucking joke. Because there is a couple times that we've seen him when he went in to the tent that he probably should not have came back into the game. But it's all about protecting the players, but that's okay. Justin Pennick is a tub of lard. Which one's the really tall one? Because that guy looked like he ate the other guy. I've seen the real tall one in person. I call him Mom Jeans. He looks like he ate the other guy. Maybe that's why he had to leave. Tim, only chance we have drafting Mendoza if they fire Joe Schoen and bring in a GM who wants him. I agree. What can we get for Dart? No, not getting a first round pick for Dart. What did they get? Wait, what? I should, before I say that, what did they get for Josh Rosen? Because Josh Rosen was a higher first round pick when he got traded to the Dolphins. What did Miami give up to get Josh Rosen? I am curious about that. I hated Josh Rosen, man. Josh Rosen to me was a fucking nut. Let's see here. Rosen was traded to the Dolphins in exchange for 2019 second round pick, their 5th round pick in 2020. I would do a 2 and 5. Because you got to remember, we took him in the latter half of the first. Rosen went what? Where did Rosen go? Rosen, I don't remember. Rosen went 10. And Arizona traded 3 picks to move up to get him. I think they traded their first. I'm going to say a 3 and a 5. Yes, I remember Arizona traded up to get Rosen. They traded the first. They swapped ones, and they went in a 3 and a 5 to get. I believe it was a 3 and 5 to get Rosen. And I love it because most people considered him the most pro-ready quarterback. I didn't. I thought he was a fucking knucklehead. But yeah, I would do a 2 and a 5. Absolutely no chance of getting the first round back. Best you'll get a 3rd rounder top. I'm going to say a 2 and a 5. I'm going to have to listen to other shit creators if you quit. Richard, I'm going to give you my number, like everyone else evidently has, because I got 331 text messages today. You could just text me, and I will talk you down off the ledge, and you don't have to worry about going to any other content creator. I will find you a content creator. I will find a content creator before I leave. I will find you guys somebody. I may even go and clone myself. Allow myself to introduce myself. I might clone myself. Yeah. I figured I could do that. I got time. How hard could it be? And we'll figure it out. I'm begging you to stay Tim, the Mendoza kid has an arm. He's accurate. His arm is almost like Jeff George, but Mendoza probably has a better mindset that JJ than Jeff George, I think you're saying. The kid got fucking full rides to Yale. He graduated in 3 years at Cal, decided, you know what? I'm going to give this football fucking thing a chance again. I'm going to go to Indiana. I'm going to pick the farthest school away from any success, and I'm just going to turn the franchise around. Why not? I'm probably going to be a rocket scientist. Let's see here. James Stein, look, Tim is done come February after the Super Bowl, unless Joe Schoen is fired, but looks like it may not happen. So now, thanks to the shitty Giants, we lose a great content creator. You're right. Drago said we are so screwed for the next 4 to 6 years with Dart, just like we were Daniel Jones. Sliders to Tim, just because someone swears doesn't mean you should get fired. Fuck yeah. Richard says, so I'm going to be forced. No, you're not going to listen to Bobby Scared. Don't worry. I got you covered, man. I got you covered. James says, yeah, guys, let's do it. Team will be all in on Mendoza. He is a quarterback. He is a great quarterback / human. I agree, Klonsky. I would be all in on Mendoza, but he does have a strike against him. His last name is Mendoza. Just throwing out that there. They can still fire Joe. If they fired, Zero, they from the preacher, they can still fire Joe Schoen. They fire Joe Schoen, I stay. Go start a petition. Send it to Mara. Fire Joe Schoen or Tim leaves. Arsenal domination. Dom, when is it? When has your full name been Arsenal Domination 84? When has that happened? Kind of takes 2 to tango, and I doubt any team will give up anything beyond a third rounder for a now proven injury-prone quarterback like Dart. If he doesn't survive, I agree. 100%. Jones is out for a long time, and he is an injury-prone too. Dart isn't going to last a full season. You know, you feel bad. Well, normal people do. I don't feel bad for Daniel Jones because I don't feel bad for someone that stole $100 million from the Giants and didn't even use a gun. And people are like, well, I feel bad for him. He stole $100 million from the New York Giants organization and didn't use a fucking gun. Okay. That's what I'm mad at. When I talk about Daniel Jones, that's what I'm mad about. Do I feel bad for him? Sure. But I always think of McBain from The Simpsons, he was like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he makes terrible movies. And they had a movie reviewer go, "How do you sleep at night?" And McBain says, "On a big pile of money with lots of beautiful women." That's what I think Daniel Jones is doing right now. He's literally says, "We're going down." Again, Tim, if Tim stays, if school is fired, Schoen is fired, and we draft Mendoza. It's true. Drago says that guy used to play for the Giants. What is he doing now? I don't know. Arsenal Domination 84. Oz of Wizard of Oz says Kafka needs to be tested for peds. Oh my God, you're right. He's like that fucking guy from the program.
Hey guys, we lost as a team. All 3 phases, we lost as a fucking team. But we're going to fucking win as a team too. And that's going to be coming after the bye. Right? The reality is we have 4 fucking opportunities left with just this group right here. Like, everybody look at each other. We got 4 ops together, man. 4 fucking opportunities. Like, I promise you, I'm going to give you everything I got to go 4-0 1 week at a time. We're going down swinging. Aggressive. I fucking love this team. The results haven't been where we're at and what we want. I fucking love this team.
Dude, this guy is so... Wait, hold on. Dude, this guy is so fucked up. I don't know what to do. And Squints. And I don't know. And Pete Alonso with the Baltimore. Sorry. Sorry. I do things to amuse myself. I'm sorry. Where were we? Tim, don't worry. Don't worry, Tim. When we win on Sunday, we won't be number one. We are all screwed. Here's my thing. No, I'm a Pennsylvania native too, Mr. Taz. I live in Pennsylvania where there's no farms or coal mines. I have so much confidence that the Giants are not going to win on Sunday. I have tickets to the game like I always do. I'm not going. I am literally going to watch the Harlem Globetrotters and MSG because in my personal opinion, the Washington Generals, I don't know if the Globetrotters still play the Washington Generals, have a better chance to win than the Giants do against the Washington Commanders. I love the person on Twitter.
Stupid giant Twitter posts.
Who told me there is no farmland in Pennsylvania and no coal mines. No, I don't want Drew Waller. Oh, no, I don't want him. Kafka is embarrassing himself and the franchise. He's talking to grown men like they're zero professionals. It was college. This was bad college. And literally Leonard Williams is sitting there like, what the fuck is he talking about? Why am I still here? Can someone just cut me? Idiot Giants will probably win the last four. No, I'm telling you guys, I have confidence. I don't know what happened there. What happened there? Cancel that. I don't know what happened there, guys. Evidently, there's all these new buttons on StreamYard, and evidently I pushed the wrong button. James or Dom? Dom, do you want to come on a minute? Are you available to come on, Dom? I'll put the link in the chat of Big Dom. Big Dom from Arsenal Domination wants to come on because I'd love to talk to him. I'd love to talk to him about the Giants. I would tell Slider to come on, but fucking Slider doesn't know how to make his phone work. Where was I? Where do we go, my lovely? How did I miss all these chats? Where the fuck did all these chats come from? Dear Lord. I'd bench everyone and just forfeit every game, then fire everyone, including the mailman. I already said that. If I was the Giants, if I am the Giants, if I am Tish and Mara, it would be rough, but I would literally fire everyone in the fucking building. And I've said it before. Anyone with the name Mara, anyone with the name Tish gets a severance package 15 minutes after the season's over. I don't care if the mail room guy, his last name is Mara, and it has no relation to Mara, fire him. The motherfucker that brings in the bagels, you're gone. I would fire everyone that has anything to do with this organization. No joke. They talk about cleaning house. Call me up and I will bring my broom. I was laughing with James because we talked about this once or twice on the show, but never really got into detail with it. I'm not going to get into detail with it, but I was years ago, early 2000s, I was offered a job as defensive quality control assistant for an NFL team. And I turned it down because it was like $40 grand. And I didn't really feel like being destitute, because I had a fiance, had a life going on, still helping paying for her school. And I turned it down thinking, you know what, it was always a dream, and people are like, yeah, you turned down a job in the NFL. No, I worked in the NFL, but I actually turned down a job on the coaching staff. And James and I was talking about it, and I was like, fuck, man, if I would have stayed there, took that job, went through the ranks, I could be interviewing for the Giant job next month. But no, I fucked it up for everyone because I wanted to be successful and make money. Boy, I'm selfish. To be fair, the Giants might want the list of prospective head coaches so they know which ones to avoid. I like that one a lot. Gravy Gaming said, how much snow did you get down there, Tim? When? We've gotten snow 3 times now, but no more than a couple inches. No more than a couple inches, so it hasn't been that big. Punter with the first round pick. It's the punter. What the fuck is a linebacker, defensive end, and safety? What about Brian Burns? I don't know, man, but I think we all need to be definitely worried about Leonard Williams. Leonard Williams to me looks like he's just, this is like Leonard Williams, Darius Slayton, a lot of these guys, professionals sitting here listening to, hold on. We got to get Darius Slayton in here. A lot of these guys I'm looking at, like, they are just kind of looking, they're beaten down. That they're like, holy shit, this is our leadership. Well, let's get Darius Slayton. And I love it because, like I said, you look at this and you're like, and I feel bad. I literally feel bad for these guys because they have to sit there and take this. And one of the worst things you could ever do to a professional is treat them like they are an amateur. That is probably one of the worst things that, I still got my, so evidently I have my Leonard Williams pick. I mean, I still have my, pickup. Leonard Williams even came out and said he came out and gave an interview about how this is the best Seattle team that he's ever been on. Or this is the best team that he has ever been on in Seattle this year. And then he adds, well, not a slight against any other team I might have been on the last couple of years. I'm like, okay, we all know who you're talking about. But let's go back a little bit here and let's go to Darius Slayton. Hold on.
Aggressive. I fucking love this team. The results haven't been where we're at and what we want. I fucking love this team. I promise you we're going to get to where we want to go. Recharges bye week or come back and go fucking dominate. And if you ain't about that fucking life, get the fuck out. You guys feel me on that?
I love you guys. Feel me on that? Yes, coach. Great balls of fire. How to get the word out that Jackson Dart is not the answer and should draft the quarterback at 1 and 3 and move Dart for picks. Real easy. Tell him, hey, can we move Dart for pick? We can get a third. I think you get a third round for pick. I literally think you can get it. I think, listen, if you got a 2 and a 5 for Rosen, why not? Jay Sports Call says, Timmy, sadly, we're about to get culture wins. I don't think we are. I really have confidence in the Giants that they are going to lose out, get the first overall pick, trade it away, and fuck up. I have all the confidence in the world that they can do that. Dart really is injury prone. I agree. Off Broadway, being smart, tough, and dependable. I loved smart, tough, and dependable. We will blow the number 1 overall pick when we win 3 out of 5. No, we're not going to do that. We are not going. We are not going. There is so many things I laugh about in reference to like the Giants and the Giants locker room. And I loved it because there was a sign a couple years back when we were in the midst of another horrible season under Joe Judge. And the sign was leaving the locker room and it said, winning begins at home. And I remember being in the Giant locker room and seeing that sign and taking it. I think it was there with Big L and taking a picture of it and laughing hysterically. Because I was like, at that point in time, I think we were like 1 and 7 at home or something. But I just remember looking at it like, holy shit, man, this team is so out of touch. And then I listened to this stuff. that Kafka is spewing. And I keep thinking to myself, this can't be right? This can't be where we're at as a franchise. Slider says, Tim, I don't want to know what the record for a concussion is for a rookie, but Dart probably set a world record. I agree. Colvin says, how do we know Fernandoza is that good? So, you know what, Coffins? Great question. How do we know Jackson Dart's that good? Because I've seen Jackson Dart play in the pros. And I watched Shedeur Sanders in his third start in a team, head coach, and organization. Actually, I think it was his second start. Throw for more yards and more touchdowns than Jackson Dart did in 3, with less talent and a coaching staff that doesn't want him. A head coach that embarrasses him by taking him out on a crucial 2-point conversion. I'm saying this, if I'm going talent for talent in reference to a quarterback coming out of this draft compared to Jackson Dart, I'm going to go, okay, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. Mendoza versus Jackson Dart. Arm strength. Mendoza. Big time college wins. Mendoza. Accuracy in college. Mendoza. Accuracy intermediate passing. Mendoza. Abilities to read a pro style offense in college. Mendoza. Prototypical quarterback height and weight. Mendoza. Escapability. I'm going to put it in as a tie because Mendoza is very fleet. Even for his size, he's very fleet of foot. Ability to read defenses in college. Mendoza. There's not much else to say. The Colts had Peyton fucking Manning, and they had the number 1 pick looking at Andrew Luck. They wised the fuck up and got rid of Peyton. Well, Peyton's also was coming off the back surgery. Peyton, there was a little difference there. Peyton had back surgery that we didn't know if he was ever going to come back from. Slider says, we don't have to be stuck with Dart. We can do the Cardinals did it, except Mendoza ain't like Kyler Murray. No, he's not like Kyler Murray. He looks like an actual NFL quarterback. Let's see. Skyline, what's up? Hey, Tim, I am mixed. We are not a quarterback away from being above 500, but Dart also isn't the answer. I'd rather trade down so my kicker doesn't have to kick the ground. The defenses stop giving up 300 yards a clip. I agree and I disagree. A lot of your prime players, your primetime players, are going to be older by the time you get good. By the time Giants get good. If you have a franchise-altering quarterback, a guy that is literally could change the face of the organization and can help push you into the next level, and it's a quarterback, and that quarterback is sitting directly in front of you. And if you think that Mendoza is going to be Elway, could be Manning, could be Favre, could be Rodgers, then you got to pull the trigger, no matter what you have on the roster. Because the number 1 position out of any 53-man roster is the QB1. Because we as Giant fans have seen how not having a franchise quarterback could be detrimental to an entire organization, to an entire game plan. Jackson Dart starts well. The first 15 scripted plays, Giants look good. It's when they go off that script for the remainder of the first quarter into the mid fourth, there's nothing in between. There's no meat in between. This is what I'm seeing with Jackson Dart. There's no meat when you have to improvise, when you have to build a cohesiveness, when you have to move forward. There's no cohesiveness. And it's not till the end of the fourth quarter where you get the garbage touchdown. Everything looks good. So you have the first 15 plays, the garbage touchdown, and no meat in the middle. It's a meatless sandwich.
That's what she said.
King Supreme on Marcus Friedman. I don't think Marcus Friedman's coming here. If I was Marcus Friedman and I am living off my well, first of all, what Penn State did, what Notre Dame did was Bush League and bullshit. So let's first get off of that. And that's part of the head coach. You want to have this fucking tantrum, and you didn't have a signature win this year, and you want to just you're going to say, I'm going to take my ball, we're all going home. And then now you want the architect of this to be your head coach. I already got a problem with that. I already got an issue with that. And if I'm Marcus Friedman, I don't want to leave the Golden Domers. I don't want to leave the Fighting Irish to go to the Giants. And this is also a guy that, if you really kind of look at Marcus Friedman himself, he's 43-12 at Penn State. He's not leading the list of all-time great Penn State head coaches. He is more of a name. And I'm not saying he's not going to won't be a good head coach somewhere, but if I'm the Giants, no, I don't want the guy. I'm already dealing with squints and his tough guy talk, but I don't want the architect of I'm going to take my ball and go home because I didn't get what I want, even though, hey, I didn't have any signature wins this year at Notre Dame. And I'm not going to go any bowl games. Take me off the list, even though I don't deserve to be in the championship. I don't deserve to be in the championship bracket. I'm going to go home. I'm taking my shit and I'm leaving. No, I don't want that kind of pussy shit in my house. I'm still upset at OG Anunoby when Bain threw the ball in the back of his head. Back of him in the back. MSG is our house. You don't do that shit. You don't go to someone else's house and do that shit. I loved it when Boogie Cousins came out and said, if I was OG Anunoby, I would have slapped the shit out of him. But that's what you do, and I don't want a guy like that coming into an organization that already has a problem with perceived toughness. Hey Tim, what was the hard count on Dart? The hard count on Dart? A clap? Yep, that was the hard count. And then his audible. Oh, trust me, I know the Eagles are cooked with our play call. The Eagles and that guy. He's Nick Sirianni's best friend. I wish I had a best friend that was a head coach in the NFL, because I would ask for an offensive coordinator job. Remind me, Dart's weak-armed ended Neighbors and Scatterboo season. Yeah. Why would I? Yeah. Fuck yeah, it did. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Throw the ball short. I got to stop. I got to come back. I got to leap. Oh, I just tore my ACL in the air. Because on a free fucking play, you don't put the ball 5 yards ahead of the guy that's got a step on the wide receiver. And this is what he threw for 111 yards, and I was supposed to be like, oh my God, he's the greatest fucking franchise quarterback there ever was. And then if you put the ball to the inside of Cam Scatterboo instead of throwing it to the backside, you're not having the same problem. But yeah, okay. I know I'm not yelling at you, Kabash. I know you actually brought up an astute point. Oh, Skylines. Hey, Tim, mixed Dart isn't good. Oh, I already got to that one. Don't forget Neighbors. I didn't forget Neighbors. Josh was traded for a second round pick. He was traded for a 2 and a 5. 2 and a 5. Tell me I'm wrong. I think it was a 2019 2 and a 2025. Suspended a series, suspended the first quarter, but played. So I Googled, can you play in the NFL if you got suspended? And Google pretty much told me no. I forgot who told you that, Slider, that they who was the idiots that didn't know what fucking suspended meant? Who was those idiots? Because I remember you telling me that. They were like, Tim, what does suspended mean? Suspended means you don't fucking play. Suspended means you are held out for a series. You're not suspended for a series. You are held out of a series. You are suspended for a game. You're suspended for 5 games. Even ChatGPT doesn't make the sense. Thanks, Chode Sports. Well, I figured it had to be Chode Sports. Skyline says, if Rizzo can come back, listen, people always laugh when I say I'm going to Furman on an NIL deal. Listen, if Phillip Rivers can come back and play, and I loved it because I think Phillip Rivers stole something out of my playbook. They asked Phillip Rivers, how much do you weigh? And Phillip Rivers says, I don't even know. Carl Banks said to me, all you got to do is get in shape. And I said, Carl, I am in shape. I'm round. Zero from the future says, instead of asking Tim to stay, direct that energy to get Joe Schoen fired. Oh, I like that. That's a good one. What, when, why? How do you see the Rivers thing, Tim? Is it just a coach trying to stay relevant? If you're Phillip Rivers, how do you come back? I mean, Phillip Rivers was not, especially towards the end of his career, was not this guy that you looked at and said, and he hasn't played in 4 seasons. How do you look at that and say, I think I can come back and be successful in the NFL? I hope to God he does, because it's a great story, but I have a feeling it's going to end like a lot of fairy tales do end in tragedy. Is there no way the Indiana is number 1 without? Oh God, Indiana is nothing. Indiana is literally nothing without Mendoza. No, Tim, I said you shouldn't get fired up just because the interim head coach is swearing. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm all in with Mendoza. They need to draft him. I think they do too. Let's see here. Do you think Mendoza will be as good as Joe Burrows? Ooh, great balls of fire. Different quarterbacks, and I think Mendoza, because if you take a look, I know it's always weird talking about another man's body. If you take a look at his build, I think Mendoza is going to be a guy that is going to stay. I don't think he's going to be injured. I don't think he's going to be injury prone. Anyone remember Simpsons McBain? Mendoza. I know that's where I was going with that. I was going to grab that clip from McBain. I think I have it. Hold on. Do I have it on this computer? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Wait, actually, I do think I have it. Hold on. Wait a minute. Here we go.
Score up to an extra 50%.
Ow, shut up with the fucking commercial.
Shoes at Going Gone by Dick's Sporting Goods.
Now it's brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. Here we go. We're going to jump to the end.
Mendoza.
That's going to be the online Big Blue House during the draft. Bro. Todd says, Tim, we're gonna win. I don't know how, but we're gonna do it. Mike Kafka. John says, hey Tim, are you still hearing that I'm still hearing he's going to be retained for the health of John Mara? Has it changed since Joe Judge? I don't think his Joe Judge moment was the press conference. If he doesn't get fired after the press conference, they're never going to fire him. Mr. Esquire, maybe one of Dart's concussions will be enough to convince a team to draft Mendoza. I have my fingers crossed. I do. Because do I really want to stay? You got to think of it that way. Do I really want to stay? No, probably not. If the whole organization is going to be upended, do I have to stay? Yes. If they draft what I perceive in my mind for my own sanity to be the next great giant quarterback, the next Eli Manning, the next Phil Simms, the next Y.A. Tittle, the next Charlie Conley, yeah, then I got to stay. Slider says, Tim, I understand the question. Who am I? I don't know. I don't understand the question. Was Carter napping during the pep rally? I don't know. I can't find him. Mr. Lester, what's up, brother? Clean house. Don't forget everyone who's related to Tish or the Mara building. Don't fire the bagel dude. Reroute him. No, he's fired. Oh, this is going to be a soundbite. Thank you. Thank you, Slider. I forgot about this. This is going to be, I have pictures. I have new audio of Online Big Blue watching The NFL draft as a Giants pick. That's gonna be me. Milwaukee wants picks for Giannis. Make a 3-way trade with San Antonio. OG Bridges joins Wemby and Town. The Bucks get multiple first round. Giannis joins a gutted Knicks team. Very giant move. I don't want to get into the Knicks because you should go watch Knicks Unleashed. I think there's gonna be a new video tomorrow. But I am gonna say this: if you're giving up Karl Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby, and you're getting out from underneath that $200 million contract, you're going to have to make salaries match. So you're going to have to take Giannis and Kyle Kuzma, which I'm not a problem with, because then you're going to bring Kuzma you're going to put Kuzma on the bench and probably start McBride when he comes back. And then you're going to probably give up swaps and some number 2s, and you're going to have to get another team involved to get the picks. I would do it. It's not a mellow deal when you're going to get where you gut the franchise, giving up 3 starters, a first round pick, trading all your depth. So even, you got rid of Eddie Curry when he got shipped out. He got shipped out along with Anthony Randolph. But that gutted the franchise. That gutted the core of the franchise, and you had no bench. And you put 2 guys together that can't play together. I think Giannis, Brunson, and Bridges together with Hart would be good, would be an interesting pairing. My only difficulty is you are going to rely on Mitchell Robinson to play center. Now, listen, there is a big difference between Mitchell Robinson at center and Karl Anthony Towns at center. Karl Anthony Towns, when he was out a couple games ago, and you had against the Magic, actually, and you had Brunson basically take a beating every time he drove to the lane because he got no protection from Mitchell Robinson. So you have to, you got to kind of worry about that, but I could see it. Oh, Tim and PA, whereabouts? Let's put it this way. I'm about an hour and change from the Bucks County, PA line. But Tim, if you didn't rise to the ranks for head coach, you wouldn't have a cult following. Oh, that's true too. I didn't think about that. To protect Dexter Lawrence home. I love Dexter Lawrence. Dexter Lawrence is literally watching this shit like, what the fuck have I got?
4 fucking opportunities. Like I promise you, I'm going to give you everything I got to go 4-0 1 week at a time. We're going down swinging. Aggressive.
I love it. Going down swinging.
Aggressive.
Dexter Lawrence is sitting there like, this is my fucking head coach. What did I do in another life to deserve this? Where was I? Let's see. They checked out long ago. Look at Dexter's face. Remember, Darius Slayton said he wants to resign with the team that wins, resign with the Giants. Yeah, $36 million guaranteed does that to you. Gregory says, "Welp, tell defense to play like professionals, then we get treated like professionals. How about they go out and lose by 40? I think that's going to happen." Lester says, "Oh my God, my head hurts listening to Kafka. I knew players didn't respect him after the neighbor's tweet." It's funny because a lot of people considered the neighbor's tweet to be a slight against Brian Dable. I kind of assumed, and maybe my assumption was wrong, but maybe it wasn't. I kind of assumed that slight was against Mike Kafka. That's kind of what I thought. I was like, is he talking about Kafka? Because I really think that would be, I really think that's where I would go with that. I was thinking he was talking Kafka. And then seeing Kafka do what he does and the yelling and the screaming and the, hey, we got to do this and hey, we got to do that. It kind of makes me feel like, well, wait a minute. Is this literally what he's talking about? I don't know. I think there's a new Nick podcast though. It's really awesome. And if you don't, even if you don't follow basketball, you should just go to Nick's Unleashed. greatest New York Knicks podcast out there. And I'm not just saying that because some guy knows doing it, but we didn't get a lot. We didn't get a lot of views. The third video, we're up to 100. Oh my God, we're up to 126 subscribers. But let's get some more views on these videos, guys. I mean, let's see. The first video got the first video got 203. Second video got 520. We only got 57 on the third video. But that's all right. Not every video is a banger. But I want to thank the 126 people that has subscribed to Knicks Unleashed. To all the people that haven't, you're dead to me until you subscribe. You're asking how you can subscribe? Well, let me tell you how you can subscribe. Go to this video about Knicks Unleashed, which I just put in the chat, and go watch it. Play the clip when Russell Westbrook says, "What, bro? What are you talking about, man?" I don't have to find that clip. I don't have that one. Let's not forget production doesn't fall in the fourth quarter. Back in arm surgery. Yeah, you're right. Todd Taylor says, keep this in mind. The Dable did not want to play Dart this year. His plan was to sit him. Russ is just so bad. You had to play him. You know what? You still had James Winston. Yes, I meant Notre Dame. I corrected myself. Come on, Jake Corker. I corrected myself. Notre Dame's AD should have told him, yeah, we are. Not really his call. I'm going to say it. And I know people that love Marcus Friedman. I get it. I'm just going to say this, but that was pussy shit. That was, I am going to throw a fuck. I am Gen Z. I'm going to throw a fucking tantrum. I'm going to take my ball and go home because I didn't make the college playoffs because I did not have a signature win at Notre Dame. And people in Giant lands see this and are like, well, this is the guy we want as our head football coach. I don't see this as a guy I want as my head football coach. I'm sorry. I apologize if that offends people, but I don't want him as my head football coach because he literally said, I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. That's all he did. And I love it because next year, Notre Dame is playing Wisconsin and Lambeau Field, Rice, Michigan State, Purdue, North Carolina, SMU, Syracuse, Navy, Miami, Stanford, Boston College, and USC. The Irish went 2-2 against ranked competition this season. They did beat USC in Pittsburgh, but they lost to Miami and Texas A&M. And they lost to Texas A&M in the shadows of fucking touchdown Jesus. And this is an embarrassment that this guy is going to be like, well, you know what? I'm going to take my ball and go home. You beat Purdue. You beat Arkansas, Boise State, North Carolina. You beat Southern California. You beat Boston College. You beat Navy. You beat Pittsburgh. And you beat up on a bad Syracuse team. And you beat up on a Stanford team. But you lost the first two games of the season. One against Miami, one against Texas A&M. And just because you blow out bad teams by a large point margin does not mean you should qualify. Philosopher, what's up, brother?
It's crack-a-lacking.
Not much today, man. It's been a long day, and it's been a long day, and it's been a short day.
It be like that sometimes.
Today is one of those days.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Friedman.
Yeah, I mean, I heard what you were saying. We need all the bitch assness off this team, so
That's it.
we don't need more. And like you said, I mean, he's the same as like a lot of these Notre Dame coaches. They beat the cupcakes, but then when they get to the tough games, they always get their ass kicked. And when they get their ass kicked, it's like embarrassingly bad. So
you lost to Texas A&M at home, second game of the season, after a bad loss to Miami.
yeah, but he came in hot though. That's the thing. He came in hot because they made the championship. Was it the championship game? It was a championship game, right?
I don't remember. Did Marcus Friedman in his first season?
I feel like it was the championship game, but they got beat. But it was a good game, and it was a close game. That game,
I'm trying to remember.
trying to remember too.
I know he's gone. I know he went. He's 5-2 in bowl games. I know that, but I'm not sure if he's ever played. I don't know. Did Notre Dame play for the championship? I don't remember. I know
If they didn't play in the championship, it should have been at least the college football
they
playoff.
did. No, that was back in 2000. Yeah, that was back in 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. That was 2024. They lost in the championship in 24. That's right.
Right, but that was a close game though. Like he had a really good first year, so I feel like he feels like his shit don't stink now because he's like, bro, I went to the national championship game the first year, bro.
Second year, actually.
Oh, okay. Tomato, tomato. That's still pretty good.
Actually, technically, if you want to get technical, it was his third year because he took over the coaching job and he took he got the interim job in 2021, lost in the Fiesta Bowl, took over then in 2022 and 2023, and then he went to the national championship game in 2024.
Okay, I mean that's still pretty damn good, man. I mean,
Yeah, I give him credit. I give him all the credit in the world for that. I'm not doubting his college pedigree. What I doubt is the fact that because of the fact that he lost to 2 ranked teams the first 2 games of the season, and then he's got a cupcake schedule, and he beat like Syracuse by 70, who has no players and talented quarterback. Sorry, Big Don in Texas, but you beat him 70-17 does not mean you qualify for the college football playoffs.
No, I mean this year was for sure a bad year for him, especially coming off 2024. Like it looks bad. And then they also have a really, really good running back in Jeremiah Love. So it's like, it's not a good look, but not really surprising to me just because I don't think Notre Dame was that good even last year. They just overachieved. That's just what it is.
I agree with that 100%.
I have a quick question for you though.
Sure.
Hypothetically speaking, so say that we do trade Jackson Dart. Or actually, let me rewind. So say we end up with the first overall number 1 pick, right?
Okay.
And you want to go with the plan hypothetically that we get Mendoza with the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
So in this hypothetical, we trade Jackson Dart, right? So this is my thing because it's a little more nuanced than what I think most people would think. If we have the number 1 overall pick, that means we don't win a game for the rest of the season, most likely, right? And so
I think that might happen.
Right. But then if we don't win a game against like the Raiders, if we can't beat the Raiders with Jackson Dart, then that might be saying some things about Jackson Dart. But anyways, let's just get to it. What do you think we get if you trade Jackson Dart and we don't win any more games this season?
Like I said, you if you go to the Josh Rosen trade scenario, people forget the Cardinals traded up to get Josh Rosen. They traded a 2. I mean, they swapped ones, and I forgot they traded a 2 and a 5, and I think. But when they traded him a 3 and a 5. When they traded him a year later, they got a 2 and a 5 from Miami. And Rosen was the 10th pick. He wasn't picked in the 20th. I mean, in the 20s. I personally think if the hype of it really depends on how he finishes the season, to be honest. If he plays well and the Giants still lose, you could probably get a 2 and a 5 for Dart, and then still take Mendoza, make up for that 3rd rounder you lost, get an extra 5th. I mean, I think that would be acceptable.
I think another factor is Shedeur Sanders. Because imagine if Shedeur just goes nuclear for the rest of the season, then it makes Jackson Dart look like, bro, you really aren't that good.
It's not like he's going to throw up 394 total yards and 4 total touchdowns in a game. Oh,
I mean, I'm sorry, I did notice
you already did that. I'm sorry.
Their schedule gets kind of is lighter too. The Browns.
Yeah.
So he's gonna look good in these next couple games. It's gonna get interesting, man.
The biggest issue is if it's true that Joe Schoen wanted Shedeur Sanders. If it's true, the biggest issue is going to be what happens. Well, actually, the schedule gets harder. They play the Bears, the Bills, the Steelers, and the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the biggest
Well,
issue, let's say he balls out in more than half of these games. You then have a head coach that you fired who wanted Jackson Dart, and you could have grabbed Shedeur in the second round, the third round, the fourth round, the fifth round, and you traded up assets to get this guy.
oh yeah, I was just thinking about something too that almost made me laugh out loud. So I want to go back to the Brian Burns trade,
Okay.
okay? Because this follow me on this. So you got two beleaguered GMs. What year was that that we traded for him? That was the end of
2 years ago.
2 years ago, 2023. Okay. So what happens to the Panthers and to the Giants last year? Both absolutely dog shit terrible, right? But then you look at all the additions we made to the defense, and then you look at what the Panthers did with their defense, and then you look at what's happening this year, right?
Panthers are second in the South right now. They just beat the Rams.
Oh,
You know, they did get smoked by the 49ers, but they did beat the Rams. They did have that bad game against the Saints, but they beat the Packers. They beat the Rams. They beat the Cowboys. I mean, it's almost like, did Dan Morgan take some assets that he may have gotten from a Brian Burns trade? It did something right.
right. And then you think about it, because you said this yourself. Why would he trade his best, quote unquote, best player from his defense on a bad team?
Yeah.
And then they get better. And then we put all these resources into the defense and we get worse. So, it's just like, it's like you can't make a case for keeping Joe Schoen at this point because all the evidence is like smacking you in the face.
I agree, but I don't see how like I said, my thing is this: you can't come out and say Joe Schoen's been saying, we are in the process of looking at head coaches. You can't have him start your head coach search and then come at the end of the season and go, we're going to fire this fucking guy because then you look twice as stupid. Well, it is the Giants. So I guess it really wouldn't fucking matter. Any other organization, it would matter. It's the Giants. We look stupid no matter what we do. We just watch Hard Knocks.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, and that's another thing. So I watched the last episode of Hard Knocks on HBO, and I'm like, how did they not cover Joe Schoen's press conference or nothing about Joe Schoen? They haven't even shown him.
I think that would be next week. I don't think that would be this episode. I believe they are a week behind.
But wasn't that during Joe Schoen's press conference came during the bye week, right?
Yeah. So this was, it did. So this was, I think, but wasn't the Kafka thing before the bye week? I mean,
they covered, I think that was the meeting after the game.
Yeah. I don't
with
think
the Lions when they lost.
Yeah. I don't think that was the bye week yet.
Okay.
I think because from what he's saying is going into the bye week. So I think that was
the games that they covered were last weekend's game. It was
I didn't watch it yet, to be honest.
Oh, okay. It's all good. They barely even showed the Giants, bro. Like they showed them for like 5 minutes.
James Williams told me that today, that they literally would be like everything was the Cowboys and the Eagles. And we're potentially I just got an email about we're potentially going to have a guest on from Hard Knocks next week. So it's going to be I'm not going to say whom yet, but we're potentially going to have a guest on from HBO Hard Knocks next week. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that because I got a lot of fucking questions.
Man. Wait, so then that means that they did cover the bye week and that they didn't show the Giants almost at all.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm thinking. Yeah. That's pretty much what I'm thinking. Hard Knocks, like I said, Hard Knocks. I'm glad we're not on Hard Knocks because literally when you're on it. Now my audio cut out for it.
I fucking love this team. The results haven't been where we're at and what we want. I fucking love this team.
Fucking love this team, man. I love you, brother. I love you, man.
Yeah. Mike Kafka, he looks like a dude that would go in a bar and get smacked and then get his girl to, like, he has that kind of a face.
That he looks like his girl would have to come over and defend him.
She'd probably just be like, let's just leave, Mike. Let's just leave. Like, it's not working.
It's not,
Yep.
not worth it.
It's not worth.
Not worth it me having to take you to the hospital. Oh my God. But you know what? It's this is the coach. This is the coach that certain people wanted as their head coach before he coached his first game. Like, we could have a diamond in the rough here.
That's Giants fans, though. It's like I get what you're saying with Giants fans more and more and more. The more I watch this team, because it's like the Giants fans are either dumb as hell or bitch made. It's like they come in one of two separate flavors.
Yeah.
An example of that is with the Giants versus the Patriots when what's his face? Jackson Dart tried to run out of bounds, or didn't try and run out of bounds, and got mollywopped out of bounds. I was watching the game like, you're an idiot, bro. Like, why did you not get out? I'm not even mad at the player that hit him. But then I go on all these message boards for Giants fans, and they're like, that was a dirty hit, and who does he think he is? They should injure him. They should injure Drake May. And I'm like, who made y'all like this? Like, what happened to society?
I don't, man. I've been, like I said, I'm an old timer. I'm Gen X. I've been saying this for years. I don't know. I don't know which way the direction of the society has gone. So I don't
To
know.
hell.
I don't know. I love this one. I love why the Saints wanted Dart, really, because the Saints didn't draft him at 9.
Tyler Shaw.
And they took Tyler Shaw 40th overall. So yeah, and Tyler actually had a really good game, which I kind of shocked the hell out of me. But
against the Buccaneers, though,
yeah,
trash defense.
Yeah, but he's still trash defense that was going to the playoffs. Still, I mean, it's still a win against a playoff team. But yeah,
that's got to be a disgustingly terrible division, though, man. That division,
it is
terrible.
It's not a good division, but it doesn't matter. You can only, according to Giant fans, you can only beat the teams that you play.
Then we can't beat nobody.
That's what she said.
That's it's just wrong. It's just wanting Sanders over Dart on December 11th, 2025 is hilarious. Why is that hilarious? No one said they wanted see this, and this is Prep Moon, Mr. Philosopher. This is key example of stupid Giant fans. Because
he didn't finish his thought.
I don't care.
I don't even know what the thought is.
Y'all love being contradictions. First of all, y'all love being contradictions. Okay. I'm not even going to get into grammatically. I'm not, because then that's why I said a lot of times when I read things, people are like, you skip words. I'm like, no, I'm skipping words to make it sound like English. But this is what I'm going to tell you, because the Prep Moon is a fucking moron. No one's saying that you wanted Sanders over Dart. No one even said that. What we're saying is, I'm going to go talk slow for this guy, is the fact that he put up 394 total yards in one game and 4 touchdowns. And he is, wait for it, a 5th round pick. Your Dart throws for 111 yards, 50 of them come in one drive, doesn't do anything the rest of the game, and he's the fucking quarterback messiah. And it's the defense that won the Charger game, not Jackson Dart. Shedeur Sanders has no talent, a coaching staff that hates him, a head coach that doesn't seem to like him, did not get any reps outside of the scout team for 11 weeks. Was forced into a game against the Baltimore Ravens defense, got progressively better in week 2, exploded in week 3, showed all the attributes that he showed at Colorado. And we've said this before. Colorado won last year with Sanders. Sanders leaves. They go into transfer portal. They take the kid from UCF. Has a terrible season. Dion did. Ole Miss loses the great Jackson Dart. They plug in another guy and are 2 games better and in the college playoffs. I know facts are kind of hard to debate. It's a lawyer thing.
I mean, they just got to look at it. The problem is people don't put things into context anymore. If you just look at the numbers, then Jackson Dart looks like oh, he could be a superstar. But if you watch the games, you see really big problems that could potentially like become much bigger than they already are.
If the Saints want him now, trade him to the fucking Saints. I think the Saints think they have something in Tyler.
I think so too.
Which
I don't know why.
you did take him with the 40th overall pick. I mean, and like we've said before, I mean, he's come in, you know, and I love it because yeah, they beat the Bucks, but Tyler only threw for 144 yards.
That's why I said the Buck.
So I mean, I don't know. People, this Shador Sanders thing is going to be a nightmare for the Giants. I have this feeling. I really
The
do.
Bucks did let him run for.
You cut out.
Sorry, I got bored out for a sec.
That's all right.
See me?
I really think in my mind this Shador Sanders thing is going to be a thorn in the Giants side for like the next. I mean, the kid, you know, like I said, he's shown. I mean, he put up 200 and something yards against the Raiders in a touchdown. He only threw for 150, but he did throw it against the 49ers defense in a touchdown. And then he goes out and throws for 364 and 3 touchdowns against the Titans. I mean, how many 300-yard games does Jackson Dart have again?
Well, and then this is the other none. And then this is the other thing. Like Jackson Dart has been schemed up to succeed.
Yes.
But Shador's been schemed against. It's like people don't use their minds. It's
they don't. This guy did not get any second team reps almost all year. He was running scout team. He wasn't getting any reps for 11 weeks, and they throw him in against Baltimore. People are like, see, he sucks. No, you don't. If you have no preparation and you go into a game and you're a rookie, and thank you again, Big Don, for that's Funky Town for the 5 New York Giants Straight Talk memberships. Make sure you thank Big Don for that, because those memberships are going to be worth gold in February. It's going to be like Bitcoin. But he doesn't. He was literally schemed against. And at times I'm watching this kid play, and it's almost like he is winning in spite of the Cleveland Brown coaching staff. Or he's not winning, but he's playing well, I should say, in spite of the coaching staff.
so I got a quick question for you before I go. I got to get going, but this is my last question for you. So if we get a new GM, God willing, okay, and they look at this team and then they decide to keep that pick, that number 1 pick, but they don't go quarterback. They don't go quarterback. I know you're already rolling eyes like fucking hell. What position?
They're going Reese, Ohio State.
Oh yeah, linebacker, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
linebacker. This is what I love, but he's better than Abdul Carter. Linebacker / defensive end.
One of those, huh? Tweeners.
He is. You know, I if you did not have. If you didn't have Brian Burns, Kayvon Thibodeau, and just drafted, you just drafted Abdul Carter, I would think that Reese would be good. He's a guy. He's 6'4". He's 243. He's a guy that they say is a linebacker, but they're projecting him more as a defensive end. You know, and I think they're projecting him more as a pass rushing defensive end. But I mean, I think he is the best linebacker to come out in years. He is the best linebacker in the country right now, and I think he's going to be the best linebacker in the 2026 draft. But I don't know, man. I think the days of taking linebackers first overall went downhill when the Atlanta Falcons years ago took Andre Bruce. I mean, you just don't see these people taking these type of linebackers with the first overall pick. But that's something the Giants would do.
Yeah, I hope to God not, man. I mean, I don't think there's any way you could not trade down this year unless you take Mendoza. It just doesn't make sense. And looking at the draft boards, some really good players, but there's no number 1 overall good player outside of Mendoza to me.
Yeah. I don't think you could take a wide receiver at 1. I mean, there are wide receivers, but I don't think there's a wide receiver at 1 that would be like, you know, I gotta grab this guy at 1. You know, I gotta get this wide receiver at 1. I think if you're looking at the first overall pick, I think Mendoza's got to be it. I can't you can't go against NFL conventional wisdom and take a safety that high, because they always say never take a safety in the top 10. But in
Sorry, man, I'm cutting out.
that's all right. I think at 1 you got to take you got to take the skill position player, which would be Mendoza.
Yeah, I mean, I know that I might get some help from you for this, but I mean, I'm okay with them keeping Dart. It's just if he plays like he played the last game against what's their name, the Patriots,
Yeah.
then we might want to look elsewhere because the NFL's starting to figure him out.
You mean only throwing for 139 yards on like 30 something attempts?
Exactly.
You mean that? And completing 70% of his passes, but in between -2 and 8 yards, and being 1 for 6, anything to over 10 yards. You mean that guy?
Yeah, and I think the problem is Kafka. You can kind of tell Kafka's personality too just by little clips of him. He's hella conservative, doesn't like to he don't want to fail by taking a huge risk. He's not that kind of guy. He's not that kind of person.
No, he doesn't.
And so he has the quarterback play that way.
I don't know, man. It's just just not you guys, you Giant fans, you're gonna have a lot of problems coming up. That's all I'm gonna say.
Man, I'm still hoping we get rid of this guy, this snake oil salesman, so we can restore balance to the force, man, because it can't happen. You can't keep him. There's no way.
No, I think he's gonna lose out. I don't think that he is gonna be this guy that does it. Like I said, I just don't see it. I don't see it. So I mean, but what are you gonna do, man? I mean, literally, what are you gonna do?
Hey, man, you remember my name? About to go do that.
Nothing wrong with that, man. The gummies are good.
Peace and blessings, bro. Take care.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it. Oh, that is the philosopher. I always love when the philosopher comes on. He's always dropping knowledge. He's always dropping. It's always good because I can't get James to come on. I can't get James. I thought you were in the chat, man. I gotta leave here in a little bit because I got shit to do today. Let's see here. Where do we go? Hit the like button, guys. Make sure you're hitting the like button. I don't even know how many likes we have. I don't really care. But I gotta say hit the like button because I got yelled at by Mrs. Online Big Blue when I don't say hit the like button. How many likes do we have? We should have 44 likes. What do we got? Oh, we got 40. Oh, that's pretty good. 44. Let's get to 44 right now. Are we seriously expecting Giants to do the right? Oh no, they're not going to do the right thing. No, fuck that. No. No, the Giants are known for not doing the right thing. Speaking of linebackers, I did watch old Lawrence Taylor clips to remind me of why I'm still a Giant fan. At some point, I should punch myself in the balls and still be watching the Giants. I wasn't there, but I remember when they drafted Lawrence Taylor. I remember when George Rogers went number 1 overall to the Saints and we got Taylor and the difference. And I watched Lawrence Taylor play the majority of his games. When he played at home, I was there majority of the time, and he was a different player. He was a different style player. But I laugh because even back in '81, he didn't take a linebacker overall. The Saints took a running back. They took a skill position player. I'm just throwing that up. Which quarterback gets better trade offers? Dart, Dillon Gabriel, or Sanders? Dillon Gabriel is 0 on that list. It depends on who plays out. If Sanders outplays Dart, Sanders, because of the fact that he's a 5th round pick and has like no money, is going to get a better trade offer. Dart, unless the Giants are going to eat cap space, would have to be blown away. And this is what people don't forget. Jackson Dart is basically on a 5-year deal. Yeah, it's a 4-year with an option, but he's basically on a 5-year deal. Shedeur Sanders is nothing money. Shedeur Sanders, I know Jalen Hurts was a 2nd round pick, but the Eagles did what they did because of the fact that Jalen Hurts was a second-round pick, and they were paying him nothing. If Shedeur Sanders balls out, yeah, he's going to have much higher trade value than Jackson Dart because he's on a nothing contract. I would draft Mendoza and have a quarterback competition, end up with a decent backup in Dart or trade. I would agree, but I don't think the Giants would do that. Whatever happened to a healthy competition? No, we are not allowed to have healthy competitions in the Giant organization. That's not allowed. All right, well, let's send him to the Rams. Giant fans aren't the smartest. Nope, we're not. I'm definitely dumb as hell. But does the team love you? No, I don't think. Watching that clip, I see these players like, what the fuck is going? I love this clip. This is my new favorite clip.
As a fucking team, but we're gonna fucking win as a team too, and that's gonna be coming after the bottom, right? The reality is we have 4 fucking opportunities left with just this group right here. Like, everybody look at each other. We got 4 ops together, man. 4 fucking opportunities. Like, I promise you, I'm going to give you everything I got to go 4-0 1 week at a time. We're going.
Oh, dear Lord. I feel sorry for you Giant fans. I really do. Yep. Well, they hyped up the hill. What do we got? Blackbird, what's up? The Giants will win on Sunday, unfortunately, and fall out of the first pick. I think they're going to lose Sunday. I think they're going to lose Sunday. I already got to the which quarterback. Chris says, yeah, they hyped the hell out of Dart, but Sanders was played for real. Speaking of, we got the linebacker. If Dart loses out, he's definitely concerned. Yeah, he's a rookie, but he would have to win 2 games. I agree. Sim says, I like Sanders, but the Titans aren't some world beaters. You can literally only play the teams on when Daniel Jones used to beat up on lesser competition. I used to have to hear how great he was. And I'm not saying that's you, Sims, but that's what we have to hear. And then I'd be like, well, he only beat up this team. Well, evidently, you can only play the games on your schedule. And while the Titans may not be world beaters, if that's the case, he put up almost 400 yards on a bad team, which tells me he's probably better than anyone on the Titans. Oh, yeah, fire Jushin. Peter, I said, I forgot who you picked, what head coach was, Tim. Who you want to do some research on the guy. Also, if Joe is fired, who would you want to pick as GM as well? I don't know yet, to be honest. I don't know. I got to think about it. I got to think about that for a few minutes. Let's see. Did you know LT was going to be that good? At what point did you realize he was going to be a legend? I was at that training camp. I was at LT's first training camp. I used to go to my parents, my dad, and I used to go to all the Giant training camps. I even went up to the Giant training camps when they moved everything up to Albany. You could tell LT was different that first camp. You could tell LT was special that first camp, those first couple preseason games, the first couple games. You knew it right away. You knew the Giants had something right away. Did at any point in time in that first season, did you think that he was going to be the Lawrence Taylor that he was? No. I mean, you knew he was a special player. Did you know that he was going to revolutionize and change the dynamics of the linebacker position in the NFL that first year? No. I would say he had 9.5 sacks in 81, and that was before they started counting sacks. He had another 7.5 sacks in 82. 83 was the 3-12-1 season. I would say that you knew in 81, which was the 9-7 season, the Giants went to the playoffs and actually won a playoff game for the first time in years, that you knew he was going to be a Pro Bowler. You knew he was going to be an All-Pro. You knew that. And then he did so many different things. I remember the 97-yard interception return in Detroit back in 82. And you kind of knew from 81 to 82 how special he was. I think even on the bad 3-12-1 82 three season, you knew he was head and shoulders above everyone else. But I really think in 84 is when you kind of sat there and said, you know what, this motherfucker is a Hall of Famer. And then from 84 to about 90, you just watched him be something special. And I think that's when you kind of figured it out back then. Dart was essentially a second round pick, but he's going to get paid first round money and years. Very good Giant move. We'll have to wait and see. Shane is incompetent. Oh, I agree. What's up, Blackbird? That Kafka speech was from Hard Knocks. Yes, it was from Hard Knocks. Let's see here. Trying to get the head coaching job. Come on. Yeah, I know. It kind of made me laugh too. With Christmas coming, what I got to get you a Christmas gift? I'm thinking a Daniel Jones Colt jersey. Yeah. Why would you be so mean? Tyler Simpson injury rumors of the back. Ugh. I didn't know Ty Simpson had an injury rumor on the back. Did that just come out recently? I'm gonna have to look now. Is Tyler Simpson playing injured? Oh, 5 hours ago just came out. $2.5 million predicted return. They're predicting that Tyler Simpson might return. I don't know, man. If I was paid $2.5 million to play college football, I do like Dante Moore. I do like Dante Moore, but the question is, do I like him more than Dart? Yeah, probably. Do I love Mendoza more than Dart? Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. It's literally not even a question. If you, like I said, I just an hour and a half ago, I just ran through all the intangibles of Dart coming out of college and Mendoza coming out of college. Dart is yet to play one good game. He's yet to play one full good game. He's yet to play a game where he plays from the first quarter to the second to the fourth quarter. Yeah, 100%. The only thing I worry about with Dante Moore is he a product of Oregon? Because Oregon is another one. Now, Bo Nix is playing well this second season, but Bo Nix, I think at times, is doing it with mirrors in Denver. But is he a product like a lot of Lane Kiffin quarterbacks? Is he a product of the Oregon system? I do worry about that sometimes. Where do we go? Oh, it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm someone sent me some things to read about some players. I love they're talking about John Gruden going to Michigan. Joey Harrington, product of Oregon. Yeah, that Joey Harrington was a product of Oregon a long time ago, though. Bo Nix and Herbert coming from Oregon, though. Yeah, they did, but they came from different coaches. The Duck had 5 different offensive coordinators his last 2 years of college and his first 3 years in the NFL. So it's a little different. Joey Harrington. I remember when Joey Harrington came out, and I remember looking at him going, I don't see it. And this was when I forget when he came out, but I remember looking at him like, I just don't see it. I don't get it. It's like, and this is a guy that went 26-50 in his NFL career. And I just remember, I think that was in 2022. I think it was 2022 draft. I don't remember. I just remember going, I don't get it. Let's see, 2002. Thank you, 2002. I knew I had to be. Thank you, J Sports Card. I was trying to rack my brain there. My brain's not working too well today. Well, I wanted 50 likes, but that's okay. That's all right. What do you think if the Giants take downs? Yeah, thank you. You got to thank. You got to thank Sam Bradford for fucking it up. Sam Bradford fucked it up for everyone. He really did. I mean, if you think about that, the whole rookie salary cap thing, it was because of him. where are you, where are you, or where are you taking? Where are you taking downs? I mean, I think I can't take a safety at 1. I can't go against conventional wisdom to take a safety in the top 10. And unless he's going to learn how to play linebacker, I don't know. What's up? What's up, Big Greg? It is 10. I don't know what time it is. It's 4:50. I got to head out of here because I got to do some things. I keep getting more text messages. I'm now up to 343 text messages. What the fuck's wrong with people? Stop texting me. And I love when people that text me back after texting me saying, well, I don't know if you got my text message. Well, I got your text message. I just have 342 text messages right now. And only 78 emails. Okay, well, that's not bad. Okay, that's not bad. I can answer those people. Finish the Mendoza tape. Not bad. Not bad. Did you watch? I know you're a Sellers fan, but this kid's like 6'5" and moves like a gazelle. He's like a crane. What's up, Asmi? No, I think someone takes him. It's like the Kyle Pitts syndrome. When I kept telling people, you don't take a tight end in the top 10. Positional value tells you do not take a tight end in the top 10. And what happened? He went like 6. And we saw how his career's gone so far. 200 of the texts are from Venerable Dominic Palmer going and saying, now I know what I laugh is no. Dom's texts go to my WhatsApp app because of the fact that he's overseas. So I haven't even looked at the WhatsApp app because I got a lot of friends overseas. Let's see what the WhatsApp app is. Oh, that's not bad. I only have 47 from WhatsApp. Yeah, that's my WhatsApp, or it's called WhatsApp. I always say WhatsApp. And like Greg texts me at a WhatsApp. So explain of the record. Explain of the record. He's 12-0. Record explained. Sellers almost came in to the 315, just like Vic. Oh, Big Don. Oh, Big Don. Big Don. Big Don. Big Don. What are we at? We have 50 likes so I can leave because I got to make dinner. We're at 48. That's close enough. 48.50. It's like the Giants. Close enough. We almost won. That was close enough. Whoever's going to the game Sunday, enjoy. I'm not going to the game. I will watch the game when I get home from the Harlem Globetrotters. What's for dinner? Oh, Wagyu burgers. Since I don't live in a farm, I actually had imported some Wagyu burgers. So I'm going to do those on the big. I know it's like 20 degrees outside, but I grill outside. So I'm going to do those on the big green. I'm going to get the smaller. I'm going to fire up the small big green egg, not the big green egg. I'm going to fire up the small big green egg. I'm going to do probably. I'm thinking of doing sweet potato fries. I'll make some sweet potato fries, and I'm going to do a vegetable. I haven't decided what the vegetable is going to be yet, but I'm working on that. Oh my God, so many excuses. You're starting to sound like Big Don. Petro says, Tim, I hope you have a great night. God bless you and your family. Good, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. I like to cook. I do like to cook. I enjoy cooking. My wife when I retired, my wife continued on her professional career, which she's been very successful at. So 14 years ago, when I hung up the cleats 14 years ago, not really when I hung up decided to work 14 years ago, I told her, I said, you want to work. If you don't. So she's continuing on her career, which she's been very successful. And with her career, I became the caretaker of the online Big Blue House. So one of the things I had to do and learn how to cook. So I learned how to cook. I cook, I barbecue, I do all this fun stuff, but I enjoy it. Tim, are you ready to fire Joe Schoen and bring back Gettleman? At this point in time, fuck yeah, I'd hire. Joe Schoen only won with Gettleman guys that first season. Why is no one else seeing that? Then he's building his own roster, and the team has steadily gone from 6 wins. I'm not even going to get into it. I love cooking too, very relaxing. I love cooking too. The problem is you always got to come up with something new every time. So I'm trying to figure out. It took me forever to try to figure out what I wanted for dinner tonight. We had New York strip last night, and what I do is I stick cloves of garlic inside the strip itself, and then I have a special seasoning that I use. And then I made truffle butter asparagus with actually it was just a baked potato. I was going to do this other baked potato that I like to make, but I didn't do it because I didn't have a lot of time. But I just did a regular baked potato with the butter truffle asparagus, and like I said, in the New York strip. So that was good. It was really good last night. I really did enjoy that last night. So I didn't really want to have meat 2 days in a row.
That's what she said.
Because I wanted something chicken. But I had some sesame chicken the other day. I didn't make it. I went to a restaurant and had it, and it wasn't that good. So I was kind of turned off from chicken today. So yeah, that's what I'm up to. Everyone, like the Giants, if you want to talk food, I can talk cooking all day long. All right, guys, it is 4:56. I have to go answer a bunch of emails to get done before I start cooking. No stream on Sunday. Guess who's coaching the Alabama team in Alabama versus Ole Miss? I don't know. Giants. Oh, Gerald Striggins. I didn't know that. Giants claim wide receiver Ryan Miller. Who the hell is he? That's pretty much the entire Giant organization itself. Make sure you hit the like button. I want to thank the 100-some people that are still left on Twitter and on whatever the fuck this is called, YouTube. Like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. No stream on Sunday again, but we will do a stream on Monday. Make sure you stay tuned for that. I appreciate everyone that hung in the last 2 hours like you did, doing that thing you do. And as always, this is Tim's New York Giants Straight Talk. Special guest coming on next week. Make sure you stay tuned for that. And I'm out of here.